Single-stage compressor, problem solving. Problem number 1. Air taken from the atmosphere at 100 kPa and 21 degrees Celsius is delivered to the air receiver at 690 kilopascal and 150 degrees Celsius by means of a water-jacketed reciprocating compressor. The compressor has the rated capacity of 0.15 meter cube per second free air. Determine the power required to compress the air. So meron tayo dito mga SI units. Ang tinatanong na power is in kilowatts. So isolate natin mga given. Yung 100 kilopascal, ito yung ating nasa suction taken away from the atmosphere. So that should be pressure suction. And then yung 690 kilopascal, ito yung pinaka-output or the pressure discharge. Given yung temperature ng suction, 21 degrees Celsius, and the temperature ng discharge na 150 degrees Celsius. Okay, also given na yung capacity ng ating compressor. So yung 15 or 0.15 cubic meter per second, yan na yung capacity, that is Bs prime. So ang tinatanong is simply work ng compressor in terms of kilowatts. Okay, isolate natin given. Pakita natin yung formula to be used. Okay, now we have 3 ways to compress regarding sa compressor. So you have isentropic, polytropic, or kaya isothermal. Obviously, hindi naman to isothermal compression kasi magkaiba sila ng temperature. So it's either polytropic or isentropic compression na lang ito. Yung polytropic tsaka isentropic, they have the same formula. So ito yung formula to be used. Okay, kapag polytropic, N yung gamitin. Kapag isentropic, yung N, gagawin lang K. Now, para malaman natin kung isentropic or polytropic yan, since kompleto naman yung given regarding sa pressure and temperature, isolve na lang natin yung exponents nila. Okay, let's solve N. Kapag yung N sakto sa 1.4, isentropic. Pero pag yung N hindi equivalent sa 1.4, okay, polytropic yun. Okay, so isentropic 1.4, polytropic any other value. So sana naalala, so meron tayong formula. So TP-nin. So hopefully naalala niyo yung TP-nin. So ratio ng temperature, equivalent sa ratio ng pressure, raised to nin. So TP-nin. So nawawala lang dyan yung N, given lahat. So solve na natin yung problem. So lagay ko lang yung mga data. Okay, substitution. Now, kindly take note na yung ratio ng temperature natin, kailangan naka-absolute. So huwag natin kalimutan, i-convert papuntang Kelvin. Kasi kung hindi nyo gagawin Kelvin yung temperatures dito sa ratio, magkakamali yung sagot natin. So lagi yan naka-absolute. Okay. So substitution tayo. So we have, okay, 21 plus, okay, 273. So yung 273 is conversion lang yan. Okay. Over, okay, 150 plus, conversion factor, para maging Kelvin, 273. Is equivalent sa ratio ng pressure. Regarding sa ratio ng pressure, kahit anong unit naman yun, parehas lang. So you have ratio ng pressure natin. Suction muna. So pressure suction is 100 over pressure discharge 690. A raised to nin. Okay, this is one unknown one equation. Pwede na yan sa calcu. Let's solve for the polytropic exponent N. Okay, so this is 21 plus 273 all over 150 plus 273 equivalent sa Ratio ng 100 over 690 raised to n. Okay, n minus 1. So, nawawala yung n. So, alpha x minus 1 all over alpha x. So, one unknown, one equation lang yan. Pwede na yan sa shift solve. So, shift solve, makuha natin yung value ng n. So, para medyo mabilis mag-calculate, so maglagay lang ako ng initial data dito na 1 para lang mas mabilis. So, this is 1.232. Okay, so this is our exponent. So, since this is not equivalent sa 1.4, so this is polytropic compression nga. Kompleto naman yung mga given, substitution na lang tayo to get the final answer. So you have work ng compressor, substitute na lang ako. So work ng compressor is equivalent sa 1.232 over 1.232 minus 1. Multiply natin ang pressure. Ang pressure natin ng suction is 100 kilopascal. Ibig sabihin ng kilopascal is kilonewton kada meter squared. Multiply natin ang capacity of the compressor na 0.15 cubic meter per second. Okay? So, by unit analysis, mag-cancelled out na yung meter squared. Tapos may matitirang meter dito. So, you have meter squared cancelled out. So, this is meter. Kilonewton meter is kilojoule. Divide mo ng second, kilowatts. Okay, so consistent unit na yan sa kilowatts. Multiply natin ng ratio ng pressure. Discharge yung mauna, so 690 over suction 100 raised to 1.232 minus 1 all over 1.232. Okay. Minus 1. Okay, this is simply calculator na lang, makuha na natin yung sagot. Okay, this is work ng compressor. Compress na lang natin sa calculator. Again this is already in terms of kilowatts. Kilonewton meter is kilojoule per second kilowatts. This is 1.232 over 1.232 minus 1. 100. 8.15. Okay. This is 690 over 100, 1.232 minus 1 over 1.232. Okay, minus 1. Okay, press equal sign, then we get the correct answer. So, correct answer is 34.94 kilowatts. So, this is the work ng compressor. Okay, para sa problem number 1. Okay, so tandaan lang yung formula. Okay, paulit-ulit lang yan, dalawa lang yan. Okay, pansinin yung mga units. Okay, pagsaduhin, apply. Again, this is problem number 1. Okay, problem number 2. A large water-cooled air compressor takes in air at 15 psi absolute and 50 degree Fahrenheit and delivers it at 90 psi absolute and 270 Fahrenheit. The compressor delivers 35.6 horsepower to the air and the heat is rejected by the air at a rate na 452 BTU per minute. Find the following. So we have 4 possible questions dito sa problem number 2. Okay, so kung lalabas yan sa board exam, hiwa-hiwalay naman yan. So 4 separate questions. Okay, letter A, the change of the specific enthalpy. Letter B, the rate of change of the enthalpy, absolute. Letter C, the mass flow rate ng air. And letter D, the volumetric capacity of the compressor based on the inlet. Okay, cubic foot per minute. Isa-isayin natin yung given. So yung 15 PSI na yan yung pinaka-suction. So this is pressure ng suction. Okay. And then yung 50 Fahrenheit, yan yung temperature ng suction. Okay, samantalang yung 90 PSI dito, delivered. So this is the delivery pressure. So this is the pressure ng discharge. While yung 270 is the temperature ng discharge. Okay. The compressor work is already given, that is 35.6 horsepower. Since mag-energy balance tayo later on, yung work ng compressor na yan, consider natin yung sign. So again, ang work ng compressor should be negative. So work ng compressor, negative 35.6 horsepower. And then, ganun din regarding sa heat. So yung heat natin is rejected. So since rejected yung heat, yung given na to should also be negative. So yung 35.6 is the work ng compressor. Okay, 452 is the heat rejected. Okay, pag nag-energy balance sa sign convention, parehas silang negative. Okay, ang tinatanong sa letter A is the specific enthalpy. Pag sinabing specific, small letter, so delta H. Okay, sa letter B is the rate of change ng enthalpy. So, BTU per minute yung tinatanong dito. Absolute difference, so capital H yan. Okay, sa letter C, mass flow rate ang tinatanong. And then for letter D, the volumetric capacity ng compressor. So volumetric capacity, so that should be PS prime. So yan yung mga hinahanap natin, na isolate natin or naintindihan natin yung mga given. Solve na natin yung problem. So sulat ko lang yung mga given, tapos diretso sa solution na tayo. So let's try. Okay, so by isolation, ito na yung ating mga given. So still, okay, may negative sign dito. Pinaliwanag natin the original sign ng work ng compressor is negative. Okay, simulan natin dito sa delta H. Okay, yung specific enthalpy. Ang formula ng delta H is mCp delta T. Kung tatanggalin natin yung mass, lalabas doon is Cp delta T. So pag basta hindi mo gagamitin yung mass, specific yung lalabas na enthalpy doon. So Cp delta T. So Cp is constant, dapat kabisado. Delta T is given, masosolve. Okay, so substitution tayo. So you have delta H, okay, is equivalent sa, okay, ang Cp ng air, constant yan, ang value is 0.24. Okay, ang unit noon is BTU per pound, okay, Rankine or Fahrenheit. Depende sa atin. Sabihin natin Rankine. Okay, ang delta T natin, a difference in enthalpy or difference in temperature. So, get the difference dito. You have 270, okay, minus 50. Kaya lang ang unit nila is Fahrenheit. Okay? Now, pwede ba natin cancelin yung Rankine tsaka Fahrenheit dito? Based sa ating discussion dati sa thermodynamics, pag ang pinag-uusapan natin is temperature difference, yung temperature difference ng Rankine is simply the same sa temperature difference ng Fahrenheit. So meaning, since difference in temperature to, technically speaking, pwede natin silang cancelin. So automatically, makukuha na natin yung delta H, the specific enthalpy difference. So we have 0.24, multiply natin na 270 minus 50. So answer should be, says D, 52.8 BTU per pound. So nakapag-solve na tayo ng isang item. Next, how about yung capital delta H? Now since wala pa tayong mass, okay, pwede sana natin magamit yung mCp delta T. Kaya lang wala tayong mass, gamitin na lang natin yung general formula ng steady flow. Okay, so kung gagamitin ko yung general formula ng steady flow, okay, that is equivalent sa Q equivalent sa delta H plus work ng compressor. Okay, so meron ba tayong Q? Yes. Meron ba tayong work ng compressor? Yes. And then yung delta H na ito yung nawawala. Kaya lang dapat BTU per minute. So mag-unit analysis tayo. Substitution. So Q is given. Okay, ang formula or ang value ng Q is negative 452 BTU per minute. So negative 452, ang unit niya is BTU per minute. Is equivalent sa delta H, ito yung nawawala. So this is delta H plus ang ating work ng compressor is negative 35.6 HP. Now, at this rate, hindi pa tayo pwede mag-shift solve kasi magkaiba pa to ng units. We're looking for BTU per minute. So this is already BTU per minute. Anticipated ko dito BTU per minute. So dapat etong work ng compressor, BTU per minute din. Okay? Pero ang given is HP. So kailangan natin i-convert yung horsepower puntang BTU per minute. Meron naman tayong direct conversion if you remember. So maglagay ako ng converting factor dito. Okay, sana laging kabisado. Okay, ang 1 HP is equivalent sa ilang BTU per minute? 42.42 BTU per minute. So with this case, cancelled out na yung HP, ang matitirang unit na lang, BTU per minute as well. So makukuha na natin yung delta H. So using calcu, delta H should be equivalent sa ilan. So we have negative 452. Okay, delta H na mawala. Plus, okay, ang compressor is negative. Yung tamang sign niya, 35.6. Okay, multiply ko lang converting factor na 42.42 kada 1 HP. So, one unknown, one equation, shift solve, makukuha natin yung delta H. So, ang delta H natin, yung absolute difference is 1,058.152 ang unit BTU per minute. Okay? So, nakuha ko na yung specific tsaka yung absolute enthalpy difference. Okay. Next, doon tayo sa follow-up question. So, meron pa siyang mga follow-up questions. How about yung mass flow rate tsaka capacity? Now, para sa mass flow rate, since nakuha mo na yung delta H na specific tsaka absolute, eto na lang yung gamitin natin para makuha yung mass flow rate. So, you have mass flow rate. So, gawin ko division na lang. A mass flow rate okay, so mass flow rate equivalent sa delta H absolute, i-divide natin na specific. Okay, substitution. So we have okay, ang absolute natin is 1,058.152 BTU per minute over the specific na 52.8 BTU per pound. So magka-cancel out lang obviously yung BTU. Okay, tapos yung pound tataas, yung minute bababa. So unit na matitira dyan is pound per minute. So using calcu, this is 1,058.152 over 52.8. So, ang ating mass flow rate is equivalent sa 20.04. Ang unit niya is pound per minute. So, this is our answer. Now, para naman sa ating volume or the capacity of the compressor, since meron na tayong pressure ng suction at temperature ng suction, mag-PBMRT na lang tayo dito. Okay, take note ha, yung mga tamang units. Naturo naman sa thermo. Yung pressure natin dito, kailangan PSF. Okay, yung volume is cubic foot per minute. Okay, para yung lalabas na mass is a pound per minute. Okay, yung R, yung typical na unit ng R, that is foot-pound per pound Rankine. And then yung temperature natin dapat naka-Rankine. So for as long you follow these correct units, lalabas naman yung tamang sagot dito. Okay, substitution na lang. So, ang ating pressure is 15 PSI. So this is 15 PSI absolute. Pero ang kailangan po is PSF. So para maging PSF, na ituro naman sa thermo, ang converting factor lang natin is 144. Every time multiply yung PSI ng 144, lalabas na yung PSF. Okay. Next. Okay, ito yung nawawala, yung PS prime. Equivalent sa mass. Yung mass natin dapat pound per minute, which is na-solve naman natin, 20.04. Okay, yung R ng air is constant. Sana kabisado yung gas constant na R. Sa English, that is 53.34. Foot-pound per pound Rankine. And then yung temperature, kailangan absolute. So, you need to convert this papuntang Rankine. Okay, so convert lang natin yan papuntang Rankine. 50 plus 460. Okay, since okay na yan, hindi na ako maglalagay ng units pa isa-isa. But as long these are the correct units, lalabas na yung tamang sagot. So shift solve, makukuha na natin yung PS prime. So calc you have 15 multiply ng 144, mawala yung capacity, so unknown x, equivalent sa 20.04, multiply natin ng 53.34. Okay, and then this is multiplication. Okay, absolute dapat, so 50 plus 460. Okay, one unknown, one equation, shift solve, makukuha natin yung capacity, the volume flow rate. So that is 252.3871 feet cube per minute. Okay, so formula dependent yung problem natin. So there are 4 possible questions. Very short yung mga solution. So practice. Again, this is problem number 2. Problem number 3. A single-stage air compressor handles 0.454 meter cube per second of atmospheric pressure, 27 degrees Celsius air, and delivers it to a receiver at 652.75 kilopascal. Its volumetric efficiency is 0.72. Its compression efficiency on the isothermal basis is 0.85, and the mechanical efficiency is 0.9. If it rotates at 350 RPM, what power in kilowatts is required to drive it? So, may mga given tayo. Una, binigyan tayo ng atmospheric pressure. Ito yung atmospheric pressure. This is the suction ng ating compressor. So, this is P suction. Next is 652.75. Dito daw natin siya i-deliver dun sa receiver. So, yung 652.75, yan yung delivery or the discharge pressure. Next is 0.454. Okay? Yung 0.454 meter cube per second, ito yung capacity ng ating compressor na ma-handle na air. So this is VS prime. Next is 0.72. This is the volumetric efficiency. Okay, 0.85 is the efficiency ng ating compressor in terms of isothermal basis. So binanggit na yung process ng compression, isothermal. And then you have the mechanical efficiency na 0.9. Now, ang tinatanong dito is the power in kilowatts required to drive the compressor. So pag sinabing required to drive the compressor, that should be the actual work ng compressor. Ibig sabihin, considering the efficiencies. Okay, so gamitin yung mga efficiencies. So once ma-isolate yung mga given, okay, sagutan na natin using our formula. Okay, so nilagay ko lang dito yung mga formula. Okay, ang solution natin is this. Ang work ng compressor sa isothermal condition ideally is pressure volume prime ln ng ratio ng pressure discharge over pressure ng suction. Since this is the ideal work, okay, tapos ang tinatanong is the actual work, ang gagawin mo lang sa mga efficiencies based on our explanation kanina, i-divide mo lang yun kasi this is power consuming. So this is the theoretical or the ideal work, i-divide lang yung mga efficiencies. Na yung mga efficiency na ilalagay mo, yung nakaka-epekto lang sa work. So lagay mo dito yung efficiency ng compressor, efficiency mechanical, and for the volumetric efficiencies, hindi na dapat yan i-include. Okay, again ha, ilalagay lang na efficiencies yung nakaka-apekto. So that should be the compressor and the mechanical. EV doesn't affect the work. So once malagay mo na yan, substitution na lang yan, then makuha na natin yung work ng compressor. Okay, so substitution tayo. So you have work ng compressor actual is equivalent sa pressure ng suction. So kailangan kilopascal. So i-convert mo to papuntang kilopascal. Okay. Ang 180 M, that is 101.325 kilopascal. Ibig sabihin ng kilopascal, kilonewton kada meter squared. Kaya ang ating capacity ng compressor, PS prime, that is 0.454 unit is meter cube per second. So, same analogy, cancelled out lang yung meter squared. Okay, may matitira pa ditong meter. And then that is already in kilowatts. Kilonewton meter, kilojoule per second, kilowatts. Okay. ln of yung ating ratio ng pressure, basta parehas unit, magka-cancelled out lang yan. So ang discharge natin is 652.75 kilopascal. Ang ating suction, gawin natin kilopascal. So dapat kilopascal yan. 101.325 kilopascal. Cancel out lang yung unit dito sa ratio. Over, so dalawang efficiencies lang yung gagamitin. Compressor efficiencies na 0.85 and the mechanical efficiency na 0.9. Okay, that's it. Okay, let's press our calcu. Makuha natin yung actual work ng compressor. So we have 101.325 multiply ng 0.454 ln na discharge pressure 652.75 over 101.325. Efficiencies involved is 0.85 and 0.9. Okay, a press equal sign. This is the actual work of our compressor. 112.0189, approximately 112 kilowatts. Okay. So hindi mahirap yung problem, formula dependent. As long tama yung formula, tama yung given, okay, input correctly sa calcu, then you will get the correct answer. So again, this is problem number 3. Okay, problem number 4. A single acting air compressor has a volumetric efficiency of 87%, operates at 500 RPM. It takes in air at 100 kilopascal and 30 degrees Celsius, and discharges it at 600 kilopascal. The air handled is 6 meter cube per minute, measured at the discharge condition. If compression is isentropic, find the mean effective pressure in kilopascal. Okay, so ang tinatanong is mean effective pressure or PMEP. So isolate natin mga given. So meron tayong 100 kilopascal. So it takes in air. So ibig sabihin, this is the suction pressure. We have the 600 kilopascal discharges. So pressure discharge. And you have 6 meter cube per minute. Remember, this is measured at the discharge condition. So yung 6 meter cube per minute, that should be discharge V2. Okay, or VD. Okay, if the compression is isentropic, find the mean effective pressure. So 87% is the EV, volumetric efficiency. Okay, isentropic yung compression, ang tinatanong, PMEP. Okay, so malinaw naman yung mga given. Okay, try natin kunin yung mean effective pressure. Okay, so in-isolate ko lang yung given, substitution tayo sa formula. Now, ang formula ng work ng compressor, ay pag given yung PMEP, is simply a work ng compressor is PMEP multiply sa volume displaced. Okay, again, this is volume displaced. Okay, volume displaced. Now, another formula ng work ng compressor kapag isentropic is N all over N minus 1, ay pressure ng suction, capacity ng ating compressor, ay multiply sa ratio ng pressure PD over PS raised to N minus 1. Okay. Now, since isentropic yan, since binanggit yung word na isentropic, i-assume nyo yung N to be 1.4. Kasi nga, isentropic compression. Okay. Next. Now, parehas naman silang work. So, ang gawin na lang natin, equate natin yan later on. Now, ang ating formula ng volumetric efficiency is volume ng ating suction. Okay? All over the volume discharge. Ito yung volume discharge na yan. Okay, yung 6 meter cube per minute, okay, this is volume, okay, discharge. Yung VD dito, volume displaced. Okay, magkaiba sila. So, ito volume at 0.2 ito eh. Now, ang gawin natin, equate natin yung dalawang work para mas mabilis. Okay, so, substitution tayo. So, ang ating work is PMEP times VD. Tapos, yung VD na to, pwede nating isulat na VS prime over EV. So, ditong VD na to, pwede isulat na VS prime over EV. Okay, substitute tayo. So, work ng compressor ay equivalent sa PMEP times VD. So, you have PMEP multiply sa VD. So, this is VS prime over EV is equivalent sa another formula ng work ng compressor, N minus 1 PS VS prime quantity a discharge minus suction raised to N minus 1 over N minus 1. So, yung ating VS prime dito, parehas naman silang merong VS prime, basically, pwede i-cancel out. Cancel out ko na yan. Tapos, given na lahat, ang nawawala lang, PMEP. So, makukuha na natin yung mean effective pressure. So, substitution. So, you have okay, calculator na lang yan. So, PMEP. Okay. Cancel out yung PS. So, 1 over EV. So, this is 0.87. Okay, Okay, equivalent sa isentropic tayo. So, assume N to be 1.4. So, 1.4 over 1.4 minus 1. A suction is 100. Okay. Discharge is 600 over 100 raised to 1.4 minus 1 all over 1.4 minus 1. So this is one unknown, one equation. Makukuha na natin yung mean effective pressure. So calculate. So you have the unknown Pmep 1 over 0.87. Okay, this is 1.4. Okay, 1.4 minus 1 is 100. 600 over 100 raised to name. So, okay, 600 over 100. 1.4 minus 1 all over 1.4. So, input nyo lang ng tama and then shift solve. So, one unknown, one equation, automatically makuha natin yung Pmep. Shift solve and then the mean effective pressure. So, mean effective pressure natin should be equivalent sa 203.56 kilopascal. So, we use this formula kasi ang kailangan is Pmep. Okay, so that's it. This is, again, problem number 4.